What? What is it?
This monkey wrench is right behind the compass. Richard.
Who put that there?
Who? Who was working on the engine? That wrench will have pulled that compass so far out of line, heaven knows where we are now.
Sorry. I was so glad to get that motor started. Oh, Ellen, I'm sorry.
Oh, if I ever get my feet on dry land again.
Now, let's keep calm. We are not lost.
Oh, no, we're still right here in the Atlantic Ocean.
I'm sorry, Ellen.
How I ever let you talk me into this expedition.
Just try to keep cool.
Daddy?
It's all my fault.
We're probably 50 miles off course.
Daddy, there's a big can floating over there.
What? Where?
There.
The buoy. It is.
Oh, thank heaven.
I'll take the wheel. I want to go right up to it. We got to be sure of that number.
It should be 12, right?
I see it. I see the number.
What is it?
3.
3? No, it can't be.
A 3 and an 8.
Oh, no.
That's what it is.
Ellen?
Susie's right. 38.
That's impossible. Take the wheel again, Al. Just idle here by the buoy. There's no 38 on this chart. We're way off course. I have to go below and get the other charts.
Can you still see the buoy, Susie?
Sure, it's right here.
Well, keep your eye on it. Don't let me drift too far away. Darling?
Yeah?
You're not smoking down there, are you?
Good Lord, no. You know, I haven't smoked in 10 years.
I smell tobacco.
So do I.
What? Oh, well, let me get at the engine. Maybe there's a short in the wire.
No, it's not like that. It's tobacco. Did you hear that?
What?
It sounded like
Somebody laughed.
ahoy!
It's a ship.
Where? I don't see anything.
Ahoy! Ahoy! You don't answer. Blow the horn. Ahoy!
What ship are you?
The Lady D. We're off course. Can you give us our bearings?
You'd best lay over for the night. Steer north by east, a quarter east. You'll run right down the channel.
Thank you.
I still can't see anything. North by east, a quarter east. It was a woman.
Bring the ship around. Slowly, Ellen.
That's right.
I hope she knows what she's talking about.
And I still smell tobacco.
So do I. Was she that close? Funny. I didn't see a thing.
I didn't hear any motor.
Maybe she's sailing.
Now, Susie, how could she be? There's no wind.
And she seemed to get away so fast.
Ellen, go as slow as you can. I'm going forward and keep a sharp watch. We don't know what we're heading into.
Right, I've got her throttled way down.
Hey!
What are we here?
Quick, put her into reverse! Reverse! Quick, put her in reverse. We can back off. Now, here, let me try. That's no use.
Oh, we've run aground.
Yes, and we're stuck fast.
One of the most beautiful yet fearful tales that travelers tell is the Lorelei, the siren who sits on a rock, combing her long golden hair and luring unwary boatmen to their doom. But a siren who smokes tobacco? We'll learn more of this unusual temptress when we return shortly with Act 2. There's nothing so eerie as the feel of a ship gone aground. A living, pulsing body beneath your feet goes suddenly dead. Aboard the Lady D, only Susie slept that night. Ellen and Richard kept an anxious vigil, waiting to see what the dawn would bring. Where were they? How great was the damage to their boats? On the last question hung the safety, perhaps the survival, of the ship and her crew.
Ellen, come up on deck. You gotta see this.
What, dear?
Look at that sunrise. Isn't it magnificent?
Oh, darling. You are the one man alive who could run a valuable boat aground in the middle of nowhere and greet the dawn like Shelley.
Some sort of ship is sure to pass by. Meantime, this is a great adventure.
Mm-hmm. Wait till the tide runs out. That'll be an adventure. This boat's going to roll over on her side.
No, she won't. She's built like a sea skiff. They used to pull them right up on the beach to unload the catch. So, give us a kiss, Cassandra.
Good morning, darling.
Well, I guess I better go ashore and see if I can find a water supply on our desert island.
Is this really a desert island?
I'm afraid so, sleepyhead. And your father's playing Robinson... Richard, look.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, here comes Friday.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You are it.
What'd he say?
I think he said we're early.
Early for what?
What island is this?
Campbell's Island.
Campbell's Island?
Yes, mistress. I'm Campbell.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Campbell? I'm Richard Stevens. This is my wife.
Good morning, mistress.
And my daughter.
Welcome.
Did you say we were early?
Yes, yes. Usually September come before she bring a boat.
Who?
The lady who smoked the pipe.
A pipe?
Yes, a long clay pipe. You did not see her.
No.
We smelled her pipe.
Is Campbell's Island... I mean, is there a town here?
Ow. Ho, ho, ho. Campbell, the only man here.
Oh, we missed the harbor channel.
Campbell's Island. Have no harbor.
The lady said there was a channel.
Oh, yes. Sometimes she say that.
You mean she lied to us?
Baby, you want your boat. Your boat, she nice.
Oh, well, won't you come aboard?
Thank you, sir.
Can I give you a cup of coffee?
No, thank you, mistress. Oh, your wheel.
I like a good old-fashioned wheel to steer with.
You pay a lot for that. Oh, the compass.
Well, the ship's well equipped.
This is the ship's bell.
Brass. Must cost dear. You have a radio?
Just a receiving set. Now, Mr. Campbell, about getting off the beach.
You stuck fast, man.
Well, if you have a boat and a tow line at high tide...
No, man. My motor too small. Just a little outboard. I sail to the other island.
Oh, there are other islands near?
8 hours to sail there.
Could they send out a workboat from another island?
Maybe. We have to fetch them. No wireless on Campbell's Island.
You mean go in your little sailboat?
Oh, no, mistress. You and the child must stay here. My boat is small. If I try to keep a big boat, she take it.
You mean...
The lady with the pipe.
Well, now, she has a boat. She ought to be willing to...
No, man. Mistress Bonnie have no boat. That's the trouble. She look for a boat. All the time she look.
Bonnie? Did you say Bonnie?
And Bonnie?
You know about her?
Yes, but she died 200 years ago.
That's what they say.
Do you mean that we were talking to
A
a...
ghost?
Of course not, Susie. There are no such things.
I talked to a ghost. I talked to a
Susie, be
ghost.
sensible. There are no such things as a ghost.
Your boat is stuck fast on Campbell's Island. For true?
Wait. Yes, but...
If the ghost, she don't bring you. How you think you got here?
Mr. Campbell and Susie are certainly getting along together. Look at them striding ahead of us.
He's striding. She's trotting. What a big, powerful man he is. And his skin like ebony.
How old do you think he is?
Well, I don't know. 40?
Well, I'm eager to see his boat.
Listen, I hate to think of your starting out all alone with him.
I have to go for help.
But why can't he go by himself?
I don't know. He doesn't seem willing to do that.
Did you notice the way he examined our boat equipment?
Yeah. Like he was taking inventory.
Yeah, but what do they call those people who lure ships to their doom by putting out beacon lights?
Wreckers.
Yeah. You think he's a wrecker?
The thought crossed my mind.
But we did hear a woman's voice.
Now, look, there could be two explanations for that. Either there is a woman on this island, in spite of what Campbell says, or he's a ventriloquist. Look, Ellen, look down there.
Why, it's a castle.
A ruin. A burned-out ruin.
How in the world on this desert island?
I know what that is. I've seen those burnt mansions before. This was a plantation in the slave days. When the slaves rebelled, they burned the house to the ground.
Half of it is still standing.
Yeah. And now the house and the island have found a new master.
Welcome. You like a drink before lunch?
Lunch?
Yes, I give you a nice lunch. You like foie gras, caviar, potted shrimp, any kind of wine?
Nothing, thank
A
you.
vodka Collins would be just fine.
Vodka Collins. Soon come back.
Mama, Mr. Campbell says there's an ice-cold spring behind the house and coconuts and pineapples and...
Hey, look in the corner there. Cast bronze and enormous.
A propeller.
That's worth a lot of money.
And that wheel, it's huge.
Must have come off a schooner.
What does it say on this plate, Mama?
Duchess of the Caribbees.
This one says Rita 2. This one is Morning Star at SS. What's this word?
The SS Odyssey.
Oh, Richard.
Yeah. All of ships.
Don't wreckers usually murder their victims?
Now, Ellen, we don't know that he's a wrecker.
You like my house?
Oh, it's lovely.
I have good life, man, since I learned to get along with Mistress Bonnie.
How did you come here in the first place, Mr. Campbell?
I was fisherman, hard work, no money. One night, she take my boat. I swim to this island. I see all these rich things here on the beach. So I come back in a new boat. She put that one on the devil's thumb.
What's the devil's thumb?
Big rock. The devil, he put his thumb up at low tide. Then he pull it down at high tide. Then up at low tide. He hide it again, just below the water. Along come a sailorman. Up come the thumb, right through the bottom of the boat. The devil, I think he good friend of Mistress Bonnie.
Mr. Campbell, you say it'll take all day to get to the nearest boatyard?
In my boat. But they have workboat. Much quicker with power. They return here with you in 2-3 hours.
Then, can we start tomorrow morning?
Yes, man. 5 o'clock to catch the tide. I have things to sell very dear. Better than fish. Oh, yes, better than fish.
It feels good to stretch out. I'm exhausted.
I was certainly glad to get back to our boat.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm too nervous to sleep, though I dread the thought of our separating tomorrow. When I think of you, all by yourself on the sea with that giant of a man, I'm so frightened. Why won't he go alone to get help? That would be perfectly normal, wouldn't it? Unless there's a price on his head. Richard? Richard? Oh, Richard, are you... Richard? Oh, dear, I'll never get to sleep.
She's a naval ship.
What? Who's that?
Over the side with you, lad. And mind, walk on cat's feet.
Who's there? Tobacco.
Aye, a good seaworthy vessel.
Who's there? Who are you?
Good evening, lady. I'm just admiring your ship. May I come aboard?
There's somebody with you. I heard you talking.
Aye, but they all ran at the sound of your voice. Men, a craven lot. Jack Rackham was the same. But Mary Reed stood beside me. We held off the king's men till our pistols were empty, and they boarded and knocked the cutlasses out of our hands. Mary died in prison, poor soul. She was with child. But that was days ago.
Days? It was more than that.
Perhaps. I've lost count of time. Will you join me in a pipe?
No, thanks.
A fine, soothing thing to sit on a ship's deck and blow rings at the moon.
I've never seen such perfect smoke rings.
Ghosts.
Ghosts?
Aye, the ghosts of wedding rings I should have worn. Calico Jack called them that. A captivating man was Jack with his black, gypsy wild curls. They hanged him nonetheless. I stayed till Mary breathed her last, and then...
And then? What happened?
Not all the king's men could ever find out. But come, what will you take for your ship?
She's not for sale.
Oh, come, I must have a ship. They be after me. You not want to see poor Annie swing in the wind like Calico Jack would?
No, I wouldn't want to see that, but they can't harm you now. They're gone. All turned to dust long ago.
Now put me in iron!
No, my dear, no.
I must have a ship. Listen, I have something worth hundreds of ships. I'll trade it now for this miserable little craft.
What is it?
Rackham and I, we sailed with Blackbeard once.
Blackbeard?
The same. Now, come close, lads. I know where Blackbeard buried his treasure.
Blackbeard's treasure?
A great treasure it was. The booty from 3 rich Spanish merchantmen, laden with gold and silver.
You have a map? A chart?
No need. I know where it is. Come with me, lass. We'll slip out on the next time.
Aren't you forgetting that you drove us aground last night?
A good storm will set you afloat.
Campbell says the big storms don't come till September.
Aye, but sometimes they do. We'll see to that. So, it's a bargain. You'll sail with me.
No, I can't.
You'd abandon me then, betray me?
No, but I
must have a first. They be after me. They'll overtake me, and this time they'll hang me. In mercy's name, lass, help me.
I can't. There's a great gulf between us, Anne. You're a dream, a figment. And when I wake up, I'll still be here, but you'll be gone. I can't help you because you're nothing. You're nothing but a dream. Anne? Anne? Where are you? Come back. Come back.
There's an apparition for you. A whistling, pipe-smoking lady with a cutlass at her belt. But why did she leave so abruptly? Was she offended at being called a nothing, a figment? Well, none of us likes to hear the truth about himself, least of all a ghost. We'll follow Anne Bonny's ruthless quest for a ship when we return shortly with Act 3. A spectral lady bent on seizing a ship or a laughing West Indian intent only on gathering up the spoils. Ellen doesn't know which she fears most as she watches the dawn stretch its rosy fingers across the uncharted island where the cruiser Lady D lies stranded in the sand.
That was a damn good breakfast, Ellen.
I had a depressing dream last night.
Oh?
Well, at least I think it was a dream. Anne Bonny boarded the Lady D, and we had a long talk. And I felt sorry for her. She was frightened.
That scared ghost, huh? That's a switch.
Well, she was terrified. Oh, darling. I hate to see you go off with that awful man in that little boat.
Now, Ellen, dearest, you mustn't worry.
I wish we could stay together. The sea, it's so treacherous.
Campbell's been sailing these waters all his life.
Oh, yes. And he's lost 2 boats. He told us so. And besides, you're going out in a tiny boat with a criminal.
He's not. He gathers salvage. That's all we really know about him.
Good morning. Return now. Time to go.
Toss me a line. I'll make you fast to our stern.
Catch.
Got it.
Come up on deck, Susie. Daddy's leaving.
Come on, darling. Take care.
I want to go too.
So do I, but we can't, darling.
I don't want to stay here.
Morning, Mr. Susie.
Good morning. I want to go with you, Daddy, please.
Now, there isn't room for us all. Now, you and Mommy take care of each other.
Don't go, Daddy.
Mr. Susie, you go to my house. You can look at the books, read the pictures.
Now, when I get into the boat with Mr. Campbell, we're going to let you free the line and cast it off. Now, see how quickly you can do it. Here I go. Hurry, cast us off.
I'm there.
Be good now. We'll be back before you know it.
Aren't you going to start the motor?
No, the tide. He take us out. Then I put up the sail.
Oh, darling! You're slicker. A quick shower might come
Not a
up.
chance. Look at that sky.
No stormy weather. Not if Aunt Bonnie, she don't whistle up the wind.
What? What did you say?
No storm. Not if she don't whistle up the wind. She do that sometime. Yes, man. Ooh-wee, she do that.
Too long in Campbell's house, Susie. We should be getting back to the Lady D.
It's still raining.
I thought it was one of those quick little tropical showers, but just look out there.
The water's all ruffled.
White caps.
I'm hungry. Let's go back to the Lady D.
We'll be soaked.
I'll tell you what let's do. Why don't I go back alone and get your raincoat?
No, darling.
It doesn't matter if I get wet. I'm in my bathing suit.
No, Susie, no.
You always say no. Daddy will let me. It's only a little way. Please.
Well, you promise you'll come straight back?
I promise.
No loitering now.
I won't.
Lively, a full great tide is coming. The ship will throw trees to it.
Oh, I'll go get my mom.
No time for that. The wind's offshore and the tides are making.
Mama will know what to do.
Are you frightened? Will you run away and leave your ship to flounder?
Oh, I'm not scared, but
You'll have to step smartly to save her.
I don't know how.
Come aboard.
I'm going to get my mama's raincoat. I promise.
See there?
What?
She's floating free. But this great tide will drive her further up on the beach.
Daddy put out an anchor on the beach.
The waves will carry her up over the anchor and dash her to pieces on those rocks up there.
Oh, no.
But you could save her if you weren't afraid.
I'm not scared.
Then Kitty, the ship is lost! Lost!
But I can start the engine.
Can you not?
Sure, anybody could do that. You just turn that little key there. She starts right off.
She's saved! Start her up!
I can't lift that big anchor, though.
Cast it off! Cast it off! That's the rules and anchor of the ship!
Daddy said always start the engine first.
Aye, aye. Captain?
I'm too short to reach the gear shifting. I know. I'll get something to stand on. Here. Daddy's tool chest will do. Now, let's see. He caught this little thing to choke.
Hurry! She's swinging a boat!
I've never done this before. Now, I'll turn the key. See? She started right off. Now I put the motor in reverse.
The anchor on the beach!
I forgot. I'll go forward and untie it.
Can you free it?
Yes, it's just wound around this little thing.
Steady there! She's rolling!
I have to throw the rope far away. Daddy says
Never mind! Do it! The ship's rolling! It's off the waves!
it sure is.
Hurry! I shall go up on the beach again!
I don't know what to do now.
Back off and turn the wheel hard to starboard! No, this way! That's right. The stern will swing to port and she'll ride to it.
I did it. But she's going to...
A fine helmsman you do. She's in deeper water now. Straighten her out. Head out to sea. Hard to port!
The wheel's so big. That's better. We're not rolling so much. Where shall I go?
Right out to sea.
Oh, no. I don't want to go way out there.
If you don't, you'll go around again.
I don't want to go out the ocean. I'm scared.
Run around the island and drop your anchor on the other side. She can lie in the lee.
I left the anchor on the beach.
Have you run?
No, just a little tiny one for the rowboat.
Ah, pity. Well, go around the island.
I'm trying. I can't. Something's the matter. Look! What's the matter with the wheel? It's just spinning around. It's all loose.
Ah, yes! I greatly fear. Yes, the rubber cable broke. You'll not be able to pilot her now.
What shall I do?
We're caught in the fast currents. We'll be swept out to sea. There's nothing for it. The ship is doomed. She's lost. Lost. And I must find another.
There's my mommy on the beach. Mommy! I can't steer it. It's broken. Miss Bonnie, what shall I do? Miss Bonnie, where are you? Mommy, I'm scared.
But a ship can't just disappear like that, can it? Without leaving a trace.
Of course not, darling. Mr. Wyatt here has radioed back to the boatyard. They say the authorities are sending out a helicopter. We'll hear from it soon, and when we do, we'll go right to her. This tug is faster than it looks.
Oh, wait, it's terrible.
Isn't there anything else we can do, Mr. Wyatt?
I don't know what to say to you folks. We've been around the island several times. There's no sign of a ship.
My baby. I should never have let her out of my sight. I had no idea she'd try to start the engine.
Ellen, darling, don't. We'll find her.
She was only gone from the house just about 10 minutes. I set out right after her.
I know, dearest.
And then when I got to the beach, the boat was out a little way from the shore. And Susie was standing on the deck crying. And the boat was just drifting away. It went around that point of land out there. And I ran to the other side of the island. But I never saw it again.
Oh, no, dearest, please, don't cry.
There was just nothing I could do. And Until you came back in the tugboat.
I know. We'll find her.
I wish that man Campbell was here. He knows these waters. Why didn't he come back with you?
He dropped me at the public dock and took off like a shot.
The police have had him in for questioning several times. There have been too many wrecks in the last few years, but they never seem to get anything out of him. So, you ran into him too, huh?
Yeah, he told us. Hey, wait a minute. What did he call it? That rock, the Devil's Thumb.
Yes, the submerged rock.
Yeah, do you know where it is, Mr. Wyatt?
Well, there's only one I know of, a very dangerous spot, right in the path of a swift current. And sometimes it's, well, there are shoals to very bad place.
Oh, Richard.
Mr. Wyatt?
Yes, of course. I know about where it lies. Now, we'll run down on it. Best to have a look. This is the tugboat Swallow calling Coastal Police Launch. Tug Swallow to Police Launch. Come in, please. Over.
Police launch to Swallow. I read you. Over.
That's good. I can hardly hear you, but it doesn't matter. We've located the missing cruiser, Lady D. Over.
Is the child okay? Over.
Yeah, it's a miracle. The kid was alone on board. She managed to drop a small anchor onto a submerged sandbar near the Devil's Thumb. I have the boat in tow, and we're heading back to port. Over.
Glad to hear it. Over.
Right. Over and out. Well, Susie, you're quite a sailor. But how did you know that sandbar was there? You couldn't see it.
The lady told me. The lady with the pipe.
A lady?
She's not a real lady. She's a ghost.
A ghost?
Well, it's hard to explain.
We don't believe in such things, of course, but...
She went away for a while, but when I started to cry, she came back.
A ghost?
I'm sure there's some perfectly natural
She
explanation.
said to put out a long, long line so the anchor wouldn't drag.
Well, that was sound advice, but I don't understand.
You see, Mr. Wyatt, I've been telling Susie these pirate stories.
And I'd had a very vivid dream, and she heard us talking about that. You know how impressionable children are.
Excuse me. Do you smell something burning?
Something burning?
Yeah, it smells like tobacco.
Richard.
Mr. Wyatt, don't you think we better get both these boats back into harbor just as fast as we can?
Well, those were the known facts of the strange voyage of the Lady D. To this day, Susie insists she talked to a ghost. Ellen believes it was a startling example of the power of the imagination. And Richard has been reading up on the dematerialized nature of modern physics. And he wonders if somewhere in space there exists a vast psychological viewing screen picking up impressions from other times, and through which it was the fate of the Lady D to pass. I'll be back shortly. And now a brief footnote to the story you've just heard. Among seafaring men, there is a belief, as ancient as the art of navigation itself, that when the wind dies down, a sailor may bring it to life again by the simple act of whistling. The mystery concerning the fate of Anne Bonny, as well as her life of piracy with Calico Jack, Mary Read, and the nefarious Blackbeard, is not legend. It is thoroughly documented historical fact. Our cast included Augusta Dabney, Paul Hecht, Corinne Orr, Margaret Barker, and Dan Acco. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Joe.
Jane?
Joe, there's something crazy going on in this house. Something real crazy.
Now, Amy, honey.
Joe, listen to me. There's something wrong. Jack says he never saw me before in his life.
What?
And never proposed marriage to me, and then he did. And his wife, she came to my bedroom with an axe in her hand.
For Tuny's sake, hold it. Amy, you're not making sense.
Oh, I know I'm not, because what's happening here, what's happened to me, doesn't make sense either.
Will somebody explain this?
A mistake of some kind has been made.
A mistake?
Your sister, well, I haven't wanted to spell this out in so many words, but since you're here now and can take care of her, Joe, I'm afraid your sister is crazy.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by Buick Motor Division. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
From the Spain of legend, Mistala is here. Mistala, the light, natural rosé wine created in Spain to capture a legendary flavor. Mistala, imported rosé, born of vines that once bore the wines of a fabulous era. Salud, amor y pesetas, y el tiempo para gastarlos, America. Mistala.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Right this way, folks. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right up. Yes, welcome this night to a carnival. To the razzle-dazzle clash of color and sound. Hiding hate and evil and murder.
Right this way. The Freak Show, ladies and gentlemen. See nature's mistakes. Step right up.
It's opening night at Prince's Carnival outside St. Louis. But no fortune teller sees in cards or crystal ball the dark events that will happen here.
I loathe everything you are. The sight of you sickens me. I'll...
So what? Beat me? Break me?
Yes.
Try it. Every man in the carny knows you're here, knows what you are. Giant, strongman, grips, barkers, they're all standing by. If I call, they'll tear you apart. Oh, give me reason to call. I'd love it. Go on. Hit.
Our suspense drama, Tattooed for Murder, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Nancy Moore and stars Terry Keane and Stefan Schnabel. It is sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, Brewers of Budweiser, and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One.
There's nothing wrong with drinking Budweiser sip by sip, is there? Well, the Brewers of Budweiser think there's a better way. Sipping's fine if you're drinking wine. But Bud is the king of beers, a hearty drink. Look, rinse a 10 or 12 ounce glass with cold water. Then open a can or bottle of Bud and pour it right down the middle so it kicks up a good head of foam. Now, take a big drink and then swallow big. No sips. That's how it should be done. More taste, more beer drinking enjoyment. Thanks to exclusive Beechwood aging, Budweiser has a smoothness that lets it go down especially easy. Sure, it's an expensive way to brew beer, but brewing beer right does make a difference. That's why, when you say Budweiser, you've said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
When you invite guests over for a holiday dinner, you won't want to spend all your time in the kitchen. Frank Lieber here with some help.
from True Value hardware stores who have kitchen appliances that'll do the pot watching for you. There's Sunbeam's high dome multi-cooker fry pan, for instance. Cooks large roasts or fowl. The automatic thermostat assures even heat. Has a hard coat Teflon cooking surface, so you can use metal utensils, and foods won't stick, so cleanup chores will be easier. That's the Sunbeam high dome cooker fry pan. True Value hardware stores also have Sunbeam's new high dome Teflon crocker fry pan. Has a removable ceramic vessel that turns the fry pan into a slow cooker. And because it's heat resistant, the crocker is safe for oven use too. Both the crocker and fry pan remove from the base for easy, complete cleaning. Sunbeam's crocker fry pan and multi-cooker fry pan are just two of the values at participating True Value hardware stores.
I promised you a carnival. I'll keep that promise. But be warned that I do not promise a spun sugar candy time. On the contrary. First, we must go back 3 years. That summer, St. Louis papers carried a story that was milked for all it was worth. It was worth a great deal. Headlines.
Otto Kramer's daughter missing. Heiress disappears. Erica Kramer not found. Foul play suspected.
That was 3 years ago. Today, a mansion outside the city has a bronze plaque fixed to iron gates. Otto Kramer, no admittance. Due perhaps to the disappearance of a daughter of this house, no one is welcomed beyond its gates. Inside alone on this fateful morning, another daughter, Catherine, age 16, a few minutes ago said goodbye to her father as he left for his bank. She now starts upstairs to clean. In spite of his wealth, Kramer keeps no servants, obeying his own dictate, no admittance. Suddenly, Catherine is startled by a frightening sound. Only the doorbell. But no one comes here unless her father is present, and seldom then. Would Papa want her to answer? Catherine thinks not, is certain not. The ringing persists. But suddenly the sound no longer seems frightening. Instead, a merry summons, the world at her door. She flies down the stairs, but as her hand turns the doorknob, hope vanishes. No one has come to see her. No one ever will. Papa forbids it. Papa's word is law, is iron.
Catherine? Oh, don't you know me, Kate? Erica! Oh, Erica! Oh, little sister. I can't believe it. I thought you were dead. No, I'm real. I'm here. I'm back, and I'm certainly not dead.
Oh, I've dreamed of this 1,000 times.
Oh, so have I, little Kate. Dreams and plans. But come in, Paul. Hurry. I don't want to be seen.
Oh, does that mean you'll go away again? Oh, Erica, don't. Please don't.
We'll talk about that in a minute. First, I have to look at this house, this prison I broke out of. Nothing's changed. Cold and ugly. No, I don't want to look at it. Let me look at my little Kate.
Erica, where have you been?
Oh, you are so pretty now, you sweet, sweet 16.
It doesn't matter about me. Tell me where you've been all these 3 years.
You matter more than anything. Oh, does Papa ever let you out of this house?
Well, sometimes he takes me driving. And sometimes to church.
Papa, in church? Oh. And the rest of the time, what do you do?
Have you forgotten what it's like here?
Oh, Kate, how could I? But then there were two of us. We could at least talk to each other. Who do you talk to now?
No one.
No tutor anymore?
Not since I was 16.
Not one single friend? No fun at all? Never mind. I know the answer. Papa's made you into this This pitiful little mouse.
Oh, please don't talk about me anymore. Tell me where you went.
Guess.
Oh, but we did guess. Papa and I and the police. Oh, and the smartest private detective in all of St. Louis.
All that money squandered for nothing.
Where were you? Why won't you tell me?
All right, little one. Hang on tight. I was in the last place on earth Papa would dream a daughter of his could be.
Where?
In a carnival.
You're teasing. It's a joke.
Yes, a beautiful, wonderful joke. But the joke's on Papa. A Kramer daughter, part of a carny. Remember the summer I disappeared, the carnival 2 miles away? Remember how we could hear the music sometimes?
Oh, yes, I do remember. You said it was a merry-go-round.
One afternoon, I sneaked off to see it. I couldn't tell you, honey. I was 19 and grown, but you were only 13. It would have scared you. Papa would know it. He would sense it, and he'd pry the story out of you.
No.
Yes, baby.
All right. Well, maybe then. But not now. Not anymore.
So, after I saw everything at the carny, bold as brass, I went to see the owner, Jody Prince. I told him about this concentration camp. I said I wanted to be in his carnival. He liked my looks. He said he could use me in one of his shows, and he signed me on. The next week, when Prince's carnival left St. Louis, I left with it. Out of this house of death into a carnival that was life.
My sister? In a carnival? What do you do in a place like that?
You'll know soon enough. Now, come on. Let's pack your bag. I'm taking you with me, and you'll never come back to this jail again.
Taking... You'll never come... Me?
Why else would I be here? Take this chance. Baby, did you think I'd forgotten you?
But you never wrote. You never phoned.
Katie, you must have known I didn't dare. Papa would have all mail forwarded to the bank, have the phone tapped, or what friends did we have to send a message by? I had to wait till the carny came back to St. Louis. But all these years I have planned for this day. The day Papa would lose you, too. So come on, let's pack your bag.
I can't go. I can't do that.
Kate, please don't be afraid. You'll be as safe in the carny as I've been. He won't look for you there any more than he looked for me. Anyway, you will stay out of sight until we leave town.
No, you don't understand. I have to take care of Papa. He's getting old. He has a very bad heart condition.
Kate, you have given him 16 years of your life, and what has he given you? He's locked you in this prison, made you a servant, beat you.
He hasn't beaten me once since you went away.
I don't believe that.
It's true, never.
Well, then you never crossed him. I did. Mama did. And we both paid for it, Kate. Mama died of it. I ran away from it. And you're so beaten down he doesn't even need to use that walking stick.
Papa and I get along. Maybe not like other people, but we've made a life. The only life I know. Why did you have to come and bring another? Go away so I can forget you every day.
All right, Katie. Katie, please. This is too sudden. This is too new. Papa owns you, owns every thought. You need time for thoughts of your own. Now, I'll go away until tomorrow. Today and tonight, think about the carny with me. I will go everywhere, see everything. It's like merry-go-round music, honey. Think of it like that.
A merry-go-round?
Mm-hmm. And you won't tell Papa I was here.
Oh, no.
Katie, promise.
Nothing in the whole world could make me tell him.
Tomorrow morning I'll come again. And by then you'll change your mind. Tomorrow my little sister and I will go back to the carny together.
Papa? Would you like some more meat?
No.
Wasn't the roast the way you like it? Papa? Will you have anything else at all?
No.
Then, if it's all right with you, I'll do the dishes. Excuse me.
No, Harry.
Oh.
Sit down. You have not my permission to leave.
Yes, sir.
You will answer a question, Catherine, and you will answer with care. What is wrong with you tonight?
No, nothing's wrong, Papa.
Nothing is wrong. I see. Or do you think perhaps you can fool your father? Yes, Catherine?
Please, I'm not trying to fool you.
There's a difference here. Something has happened. Now you will inform me what it is.
What could possibly happen?
That is what I intend to learn. Did you leave this house?
No, sir.
Someone was here?
No, sir.
You lie.
No, Papa, no.
Then why did your hands tremble when you passed my food? Why is your face flushed like an apple? Huh? Why?
It's just... Well, I just don't feel very well. All day
you hide something. Tonight you lie. I will have the truth, Catherine. One way or another, I will have it.
I did tell you a lie, Papa. I went out.
Out where, my child?
To the grocery store.
And how did you go to the grocery store?
The bus.
And what did you want at the store?
To buy apples.
I do not see any apples.
Oh, but they didn't have any.
A pity. Since you so much wanted apples that you left the house, you're not allowed to leave. But we are very fond of apples. Are we not, Katrine?
Yes, Papa.
Why can't you look at me, Katrine?
I am, Papa.
Yes, now you are. Now, why do you stammer, huh, little one? Your pleasant outing today has made you nervous, yes? Answer me!
Papa!
Answer, what ails you?
I told you, I don't feel good.
Your health is poor. I had forgotten. You will forgive me my lapse of memory.
I'll go up and lie down if you don't need me anymore.
No, I cannot spare you. There's something I want you to get for me. My walking stick.
But it's there by your chair, Papa.
Yes, so it is, yes. But it is my whim that you hand it to me. I walk around the table, pick it up, place it in my hand. Come on! Good. I put great store by obedience. You know that, do you not, Katrine?
Yes, sir. Your stick, Papa.
On second thought, you will hold it yourself, and we will observe it. The gold carving on the top. Describe it, please.
It's a crown.
A crown signifying authority. My walking stick once belonged to the Emperor Napoleon. His hand held it. Now yours, soon mine. One more question, child. Why do I always carry it?
I don't know.
As the symbol of my authority. And when that authority is questioned, is in doubt, the walking stick of Napoleon removes that doubt. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Alas, your sister's disobedience in the past compelled me to use it. But not on you, never. And I trust I never will. Shall we test you?
I don't know what you mean, Papa.
I think you do. Who was here today, my little Katrine?
No one, Papa. No one was here. Only me all day, except when I went for the apples. No one.
All right. Hand me the stick. Thank you. A fine instrument for changing lies to truth. Soon it will persuade you to talk I'm not about. Who was here today? Now will you answer?
Yes.
Ah, splendid. Who was here with my little girl? Who? Erica.
1 hour later, Otto Kramer stalks down the thronging chaos of the carnival midway. Fury mounts to the bursting point as again and again he asks the same question. Where is Erica Kramer? And receives the same answer. Never heard of no Erica Kramer, mister. Carney personnel banded together to protect one of their own.
Step right up, folks. Right this way.
Right what way? Where in this pigsty is his daughter? We'll find out when I return shortly with Act 2.
There is a fresh new spirit sweeping the land. A spirit of honesty and integrity. A free spirit. A spirit that demands products which fill your utilitarian needs while satisfying your good taste and your desire for economy. We at Buick have felt the spirit and are dedicated to your sense of freedom. Our crisply designed, solidly built 1975 Buicks will bring joy even to the most demanding of free spirits. The 1975 Buick Electra, LeSabre, Riviera, Century, Skylark, Apollo, and the gutsy new Buick Skyhawk are dedicated to the free spirit in just about everyone. Hey, there's an exciting new attitude at Buick. Take advantage of it at your local Buick dealer.
Dine in a real City of Dallas trolley car under the largest collection of Tiffany lamps in America. Or relax in an antique barber's chair and sip something cool. Of course, it's the Old Spaghetti Warehouse, Dallas's fun restaurant, where you can enjoy the $1 million atmosphere at $2 prices, with special luncheon prices from just $1.69. The Old Spaghetti Warehouse for dinner or lunch. It's the best restaurant buy in Dallas. And now park free at our lot at Lamar and Munger, just 1 block east of the restaurant.
Otto Kramer glares with revulsion at the freak tent barker ballying the treasures within.
See them all, folks. 25 cents. Only 2 bits. 1/4 of $1.
Kramer looks above the bally stand at the garish canvases picturing the freaks. Larger than life. More terrible than life. His eyes rivet on the painting of a nearly naked woman. Her body ornamented with hearts, flags, stars, flowers, sunsets, peacocks, snakes. Then, lips locked white, he buys a ticket and enters the tent. On the 5th platform stands the tattooed princess, her body debauched by the colored needle, her beautiful face unmarred, smiling at her admirers. Kramer halts by the 1st platform, stares. And when he has seen enough of his daughter's depravity, he turns and quits the tent.
Erica. Princess. He's coming.
I'm ready. Stay back of my wagon, Jody. Stay out of sight.
I ought to be in here with you. Your father's got a heavy walking stick.
Of course he has. He always has. Go on, Jody. I'm not afraid of him anymore. I can take care of Papa.
All right. Holler if you need me, sweetheart.
I will. Go on. Oh, hurry, Papa. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Show about to begin. Oh, and how I'll relish it. I let the midget tell you where my living wagon is. If I hadn't, no one in the carny would give me away. You think I didn't see you in the freak top? And the look on your face when you saw my body? Now it's covered with a cape. To spare you, Papa? Oh, no. To play a game. And my game will outsmart yours, Papa. Hurry up. The stakes are high. Oh, hurry, damn you. Greetings, Papa.
Freak! My daughter, a freak!
Would you care to come in? Or would a carnival living wagon contaminate the distinguished Otto Kramer?
I will come.
The Princess Frederica is highly honored.
Princess Frederica.
Aren't you pleased I didn't use the name you gave me?
I am revolted by everything you are.
Oh, dear, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You beat poor little Kate till she told you where I was.
That is a lie. Katrine tells me everything. She is my good, obedient daughter, not like you. Katrine has no sister. Her sister is dead.
Dead? Oh, no, old man, you're wrong. You who think you're never wrong. Katrine's sister is wonderfully alive. Making up for the years I might as well have been dead. 19 years you kept me buried alive.
I came here to take you back where you belong. But you belong where you are, with the dregs of humanity. I wouldn't have this thing you are now. A freak flaunting the corruption of your body for anyone to see.
Well, how well you put it. Would you care to have a private viewing? Oh, of course you would. Very well, Mr. Kramer. I removed my cape.
Oh, freak! Tattooed freak!
Can you think of a better way to disguise the scars my father put on my body? A snake, a rose, the stars and stripes, cover stripes. You gave me. Oh, yes. I read the description you supplied the newspapers of your missing daughter. Scars on back from automobile accident. What accident? Oh, God, how I wanted to write to the editor. Dear sir, you cheat my distinguished father. You underrate his powers. The scars on Erica Kramer's back are from his loving hand. Papa, why can't you stop staring at me? Hearts and twine, garlands of flowers, Cupid smirking. How strange you find them beautiful.
No, they are loathsome, vile. I'll...
You'll what? Beat me? Break me?
Yes!
I wouldn't raise that walking stick if I were you. Everyone in the carny knows you're here, knows what you are, and they are standing by. If I call, they'll tear you apart. Go on. Hit! Give me reason to call. They'll come, every man on the lot. Big Lou, the giant, Herman, the strong man, the Grips, the concessionaires, and the man I'm going to marry.
What kind of man would marry a freak? Lie with a woman covered with cartoons? Only another freak.
Jody Prince owns this carnival, and he's like his name. He's a prince. Now get the hell out of here before I have him throw you out.
Ah, with pleasure I go. The sound and sight of you sickens me. You freak.
My body's tattooed, but your soul is. You're the freak.
And you stay away from my Katrine.
That's one order I'll take from you, old man. This morning I thought my sister was worth saving. Well, she's not. She went crying to you about me. Kate's lost. She's all yours. Take her and welcome. Now get out! Oh. You think that's all, Papa? You think I'm through with you? That was only a teaser. The best is yet to come. Jody? Are you out there?
Right here, honey. I just wanted the old man out of sight. If I met him face to face, I might kill him.
Did you hear it all?
Every word. Till you threw him out. I was right here by the door. Beautiful.
Oh, it took me 22 years to win, but I have won, Jody. I have won.
Yes. But there's something I don't understand. You said you were through with Kate.
I lied. I had to. I had to make him think I wouldn't try to see her again. If he thought I'd be back, he'd have Kate guarded and I couldn't get to her tomorrow.
Oh, baby, he's no dummy. He probably knows you lied and why. Anyhow, he won't take a chance. You'll be guarded, all right? Count on it.
Then I'll get to her another way.
How?
I've got it all figured. I'm enough of my father's daughter, so nothing can stop me now. Good morning, Papa.
Erica.
Your secretary is taking her coffee break, so I just walked in. I hope you don't mind.
How dare you come here and shame me? Close that door.
Out of respect for your lofty position in the bank, I wore a high neck and long sleeves. But I will shame you. Unless you give me Kate.
Are you out of your wits?
I tried to phone her. You've cut the wires.
Telephone is merely out of order. Very unfortunate.
I went to the house. You've hired a thug to keep me out.
A friend, a house guest.
A jailer guarding the gate.
He will protect Katrine from undesirable associations. She suffered that indignity yesterday. It will not happen again.
Unless you give me Kate, I will drag your name through the law courts.
Indeed.
All of St. Louis will know what you are. You think I won't?
I dare say your folly would go to that extreme, yes. But what judge or jury would take the word of a cheap carnival tramp? Your word against Otto Kramer's? Who would believe a freak whose body is a monstrosity?
Oh, they'll believe me when I show them what the pious Otto Kramer did to that body.
Leave this office. Go where you belong. The freak tent.
Okay, Princess, I cased the joint.
Can we do it?
Risky, but we can pull it off.
Now? In broad daylight?
When you're afraid your old man will yank Kate out of town, or at least hide her somewhere. It's now or never.
How do we do it?
Well, if your house wasn't in the country, we couldn't. Sure, the place is locked and barred, but what we do is get a rope ladder up to Katrine's windowsill.
What about the guard? How do we get through the gate?
I'll take care of him. He's a cinch. You'll stay out of sight while I rap with our friend. I'll be a drunk looking for a shot of booze to cure a hangover.
Oh, Jody.
Listen, it'll be a great act. I'll be falling down drunk, see? I get close to the guy, he's off guard. Whammo, I knock him out. You go up the ladder and persuade Kate to come down it.
Can I persuade her?
Oh, sure you can. You hold all the cards, sweetheart. That plan you've worked out for her is a winner. Come on, let's go.
Papa will come after me. He'll bring me back.
He'll come all right, but not bring you back, I promise, honey.
But how can you say that? You know he will.
Because I've got a plan to stop him. Marvelous plan. I fooled him when I joined the Carney, and I can again.
No one can fool him. Last night when I tried to lie, he knew. He always knows.
And last night, what did he do to you, Kate?
I don't want to talk about it.
Kate, we have to. Now listen to me. He has started and he can't stop. The least thing you do to displease him, he'll use that stick. And nothing will please him except pain. Yours.
Don't.
That's what you'll say to him. Don't, Papa, don't. And it won't do any good, Katie. Can't you see you don't dare stay here anymore?
I don't dare go. When you went to the carnival, he didn't know where you were. He couldn't bring you back. With me, he'll know, and he will bring me back.
Little sister, please trust me. I tell you, my plan will work, but we need all day to get ready. Now stop crying. Listen to the plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the star of Princess Carnival. Step right up to the platform, step lively. Feast your eyes. Every inch of her lovely body a work of art. Blazoned with hearts and flags, flowers and cupids, snakes and peacocks, suns and stars. Frederica, the tattooed princess. All right, now, quiet, please. Quiet, now, quiet. Watch as the princess turns and the glory of
Johnny,
the town.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who is this handsome gentleman who honors our little show tonight? Mr. Otto Kramer, isn't it? Why, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe the foremost banker of St. Louis is an admirer of the tattooed princess. Well, move along, all you lovely people. Come back to see me later. Right now, dear Mr. Kramer wants to talk privately to his princess. And bankers always get their money's worth.
All right, across the tent, ladies and gentlemen. Teeny the midget craves your company. All right, step lively. Right this way. Right this way.
Good evening, Papa. How generous of you to patronize the freak show a second time.
Where is Katrine?
And how clever of you to know that she's with me.
What have you done with her?
I've taken her out of bondage.
Answer me!
I answered.
I'll ruin you for this. I'll have this carnival blasted off the map.
Just how do you propose to do that, Mr. Kramer?
Now show me a carnival that isn't breaking the law, underage performers, harboring criminals, white slavery, and now kidnapping.
Katrine left of her own free will.
She is 16, out of age. That is kidnapping.
Oh, dear, dear. I never thought of that. So why haven't you called the police?
What, and humiliate her? Make this vileness public? No, I call them after I take her away from here tonight. Now, where is she? You think you can keep her from me?
I've no intention of keeping her from you. You can see her at midnight, after the last show.
I'll see her now!
You'll see her when I say you can see her. Midnight. 4 hours from now. Right here in this tent. Don't try to find her. She's hidden and protected. Until then, I recommend the House of Horrors. You'll feel right at home.
Earlier this night, when Otto Kramer found his house empty, he stood murmuring Katrine's name over and over. Can it be that, in his twisted way, he does love this daughter? Nevertheless, his fingers tightened on the walking stick. When he left for the carnival, he did not trouble to lock the door. What was valuable in his house already had been stolen. No admittance. Anyone who disobeys Otto Kramer must be punished. We'll witness someone's punishment when I return shortly with Act 3.
I want that sinus medicine.
Headache tablets?
No, sinus medicine. Sinus tablets. Helps the headache and the pressure.
Oh, you mean sign-off.
Exactly.
Headache pain is one thing. A sinus headache is something else. Sometimes your whole face can seem to throb with pain. You want relief. Take Sign-Off tablets. SINEOFF, the sinus medicine that gives you a full dose of pure aspirin, plus a sinus drainer. Sign-Off, the sinus medicine that helps relieve sinus pain while you drain. And Sign-Off doesn't stop there. Have you tried Sign-Off Sinus Spray, the fastest known form of sinus congestion relief? It works in seconds. That's Sign-Off Sinus Spray. When sinus flares up, use Sign-Off tablets and spray, only as directed.
SINEOFF.
Sign-Off.
Exactly.
Sign-Off, the sinus medicines in the bright red box.
Midnight in Madrid. We walk down the ancient street of the knife makers, Calle de Cuchilleros. We open the carved wooden doors of Botín. Here friends have gathered for 250 years to dine and talk and taste the beauty of Spanish wines. Now, in another age, Mistala is here. Mistala, the light, natural rosé wine created in Spain to capture a legendary flavor. Mistala, imported rosé, born of vines that once bore the wines of a fabulous era. Mistala, taste it. The talk will be good, and so will the memories.
Mistala, Mistala, Spanish Rosé.
Midnight. The carnival toys are silent, closed down. The midway is emptying of customers, departing with bright balloons and cheap prizes won in games of chance. But one customer most surely does not depart. And another game of chance is about to begin. Otto Kramer paces the dimly lighted freak tent, the walking stick gripped in his hand. In Erica's living wagon, his two daughters are no less tense than their father. Both wear long satin capes winking with sequins, Erica's purple, Catherine's red.
You two beautiful dolls ready?
Oh, Jody, will it work?
Easy, Princess, easy. It'll work.
It can't. Oh, I never should have come.
Why not quit it, both of you?
If Papa takes Kate back.
It'll be worse than it was before.
Will you cut it out?
All those promises I made her. What was I thinking of?
You know, I never saw you like this before. My girl has a nerve of 10 people, ain't scared of nothing.
That's when I take chances for myself. This is for Kate. Maybe I'll hurt her instead of help.
And maybe you'll give her the world by the tail.
Erica, why didn't you ask the fortune teller if we should do this?
Oh, for Pete's sake. Carlotta can't even predict that the sun will rise.
And we can't predict Papa.
Oh, I wish I hadn't come.
Now, you won't say that when it's all over, honey.
Like spinning the wheel of fortune. Will it stop on Kate's number? The odds are terrible against her, Jody.
I'll give you big odds. One gets you 20, the wheel spins her number.
It won't. I know it won't.
Oh, now, damn it. We spent all day getting ready for this caper. Here it is time for the big performance. You're both a mess. All right, you want to call it off? Let your old man win hands down? Is that what you want?
No. No, never. Just the sound of the words makes me sick. Thank you for saying them. Put my head back together. All right, Kate. I promise you all over again. Papa won't want you anymore. He won't take you back. Now believe it.
I will. I have to. Now, can we please just get it over with?
That's more like it. All right, you all set, Kate? Remember everything you're supposed to do and say now.
Every single thing we rehearsed. If I can just go through with this.
My money's on you, kid. You're your sister's sister.
Oh, I hope I can remember the part about the wings. I like that part.
Let's just run over a couple of things. Princess, when you go into that tent alone, you keep the old man standing right by the entrance. Don't let him too near Kate, huh?
I know.
If he moves toward her, step in between if you have to.
Don't worry.
Kate waits about 2 minutes. Then makes her entrance.
Oh, it'll be the longest 2 minutes in the world.
Well, that's why you wait till I say when. I don't want you jumping the gun. And remember, you're the one that stays close to the entrance.
I will.
And all the time, I'll be right outside.
Ready or not, Papa, here we come.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Show about to begin. Hey, and what a show.
So sorry I kept you waiting, Papa.
Where is Katrine?
She'll be along.
Now, what new trick is this now?
Such a suspicious mind, Papa.
You kept me here cooling my heels while you had her spirited away. But it will do you no good. You will be arrested for kidnapping and forced by the police to tell me where Catherine is.
Simmer down, Papa. None of that will be necessary. Kate is just primping a little. She wants to be pretty for you.
Hello, Papa.
Ah, Catherine, you will come home with me this minute and take off that cape.
It's such a pretty cape, Papa. Red satin and sequins.
Oh, your sister's cheap finery. Take it off at once.
Dear Papa, you sound like a customer at a burlesque show. But I warn you, if Kate takes off the cape, you may not like what you see. She's wearing what I wear in my act. A G-string.
Oh, Catherine, you would not.
You don't believe it, Papa?
No.
Well, then I'll have to show you. I'll spread my cape like wings. Wings for flying. Free as a bird. And you can see if I'm as pretty as Erica. There. Look.
Oh, my God.
Take a good look, Papa.
Katrine.
Yes.
Not you.
Yes, Katrine tattooed like me.
Tattooed all.
No tattooed daughter. What a proud father.
Aren't the roses and sunsets pretty? The flags and the hearts.
Down that cane.
I'll break her in two for this.
Get out. Go to my wagon. I'll finish with Papa.
I'm sorry you don't like it, Papa.
Jody, go with Kate.
Oh, you.
Put down the cane. You won't break me in two either. Kate and I have broken you.
Oh, Katrine.
Katrine tattooed. Katrine as repulsive as you find me. Can you ever bear to look at her again?
No.
Since you don't want her anymore, then she can live with me.
So that is your game. I see now. I see. Want her? No.
So go home to your empty house, and I wish you joy in it.
I do not want her, but I will have her.
What?
I will have my daughter.
You'll take her back the way she is now.
I will take her, and the rest of her life she will be locked away. She's a freak, and freaks should be hidden from the world.
You can't. You can't.
A freak? That is what you have made of your sister. Made ugly what was beautiful. I hope that you are satisfied. That you are said.
Papa! Papa!
Medicine. Pocket.
Your heart. Kate said you had a heart condition.
Pocket. Medicine.
Oh, it's a bad attack, isn't it, Papa? That's very bad.
Erica.
What a shame, because I didn't quite understand what you were saying before you fell down in the sawdust like that. I think you were saying you hope I'm satisfied?
Please.
Oh, Papa, I'm satisfied. I'm very satisfied. That medicine in your pocket, you have to take that to live, don't you? Jody, stay outside. I'm coming out. You stay there. Oh, and Papa, you stay there. As if you could do anything else. I'll be back. Don't you worry. I'll be back.
You all right, Princess?
Oh, yes. Yes, Judy. You go back to Kate. You go back.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing's the matter. I'm saying goodbye to Papa, that's all. Go on, Jody. Katie needs you. I don't.
I don't like the way you sound.
You think this is easy? The hardest thing I ever did in my life, but I have to do it alone. Now, will you go?
All right. Now go.
Can I do it? Can I? Papa?
Erica, medicine.
Yes, I understand. You need it to live. Oh, yes, Papa, I understand that, too. But I don't know that, do I? Nobody ever told me. Oh, Papa, did you ever let Kate and me live? Did you ever give us what we needed? Now, hear this, Papa. If you still have time to wonder how I can do what I will do, I learned it from you, Papa. How could I possibly live with viciousness and evil and hate for 19 years and not have some of it come off on me? Oh, hurry. Yes, I'll hurry and tell Katie you're letting her stay. With your blessing. It is your blessing. Because you have to die so Kate can live. Goodbye, Papa. Goodbye, Papa.
Erica.
Tell me again. Say it again. Papa doesn't want me.
He doesn't want
you.
you.
He won't take me away.
No, he won't take you away, now or ever.
He doesn't want me all tattooed.
He doesn't want you.
And you're sure he's gone?
Yes. He is gone.
Poor Papa. He didn't like my sunsets and flags and roses and hearts.
Or truth, or decency, or kindness.
Erica, what's the matter with you? You don't sound a bit happy.
I am, of course I am, little Kate. It's just that I don't like sunsets and flags and roses either. Not on you. Come on, let's wash all those pictures off.
Oh, what if Papa had come close to me? What if he'd seen they were only painted on?
How could he, Kate? All his life, Papa never saw anything but evil and ugliness. Come on, Katie. Soap, water, a scrub brush. And my little sister is as good as new.
By now, you know it is not my custom to point a moral. But allow me, just this once. Thank you. The moral is this. Erica spoke a profound truth. You cannot live with viciousness and evil and hate and not have some of it come off on you. I'll be back shortly.
There's a fresh new spirit sweeping the land. A free spirit that demands good products. Products that satisfy your sense of good taste and desire for economy. But above all, products that perform. Buick has been touched by this spirit. And this year, our crisply designed, solidly built Buicks will bring joy even to the most demanding of free spirits. The 1975 Buicks, dedicated to the free spirit in just about everyone.
Stanley Myron Handleton. Did you know you can have a college grad's career without 4 years of college? All you need is a year or two of technical education to work in fields like engineering, health service, automotive design, and forestry. The facts are in a free booklet called 25 Technical Careers in 2 years or less. Just write, Careers, Washington, D.C. 20202.
A public service message of this station and the Advertising Council. My friends, you allowed me to draw a moral from our experience tonight. A rather depressing moral, I'm afraid. So let's look at the other side of the coin, the bright side. If you live with the good, the true, and the beautiful, some of that will come off on you, too. Our cast included Terry Keane, Stephen Schnabel, Rosemary Rice, and Ralph Bell. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Not there. For God's sake, Charles. Why not? That's the haunted villa. You? Superstitious? About that place. Anyway, it's boarded up. Has been for years. But there's the house now. Maybe we can find some shelter. Statue, there is the house. The light can hit it. I can't look. It's bright as molten steel. It's gone. Melted. It's never been. I could swear I saw that thing jump and run into the house. Whole villa is lighting up. Maybe it's on fire. Don't be silly. It's lamplight. Look, the door is open.
Welcome, stranger. Come, this is no night to be abroad. Welcome to the Villa di Square, the house of despair.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by Sign-Off, the sinus medicines. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Listen to a story of greed, innocence, incalculable malevolence, and a mystical, fantastical watch. A watch whose hands held the power of life and death. Our tale is played against the background of the sun-drenched Mediterranean North Shore, around and about the most famous gambling casino of its day. And it takes place some 100 years ago. But the scene is not sun-drenched, as our story begins. It's a devil's night out.
Look, John, a driveway lined with statues. Come on. There must be a house where we can seek shelter.
Not there. For God's sake, Charles. Why not? That's the haunted villa.
You superstitious?
About that place. Anyway, it's boarded up. Has been for years.
Well, there's the house now. Maybe we can find some shelter. Oh, there is the house. The light can hit it.
I can't look. It's bright as molten steel.
It's gone. Melted. It's never been.
Let's get out of here, Charles. I could swear I saw that thing jump and run into the house.
Whole villa is lighting up.
Maybe it's on fire.
Don't be silly. It's lamplight. Look, the door is open.
Welcome, stranger. Come, this is the night to be abroad. Welcome to the Villa di Square, the house of despair.
Our mystery drama, The Death Watch, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars J. Gregory. It is sponsored in part by imported Vigna Rosé wine and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. A black night, a witch's night, orchestrated with a drum of teeming rain. The wind, a wail of violins, the crash of thunder, a choir of cymbals, and the sudden rebirth of a long-dead house, menacingly named the Villa Desespoir, the Castle of Despair. Surely the perfect setting for the strange and terrifying story I shall leave Charles Fleming to tell you in his own words.
For a brief second, which seemed endless, John and I sat frozen into immobility, staring at the tall, thin figure. The bristling black eyebrows and the deep widow's peak only emphasized the height of his brow, the parchment white of his skin. Beside him lurked a misshapen dwarf with an oversized head. Every instinct told me to turn and run, but every external feeling cried out for shelter.
Come, gentlemen. Kadrash will see to your horses. Kadrash, I will tend the fire. It is well lit by now.
I've got a funny feeling about this, Charles. So have I. But we're armed, and the horses need rest more than we do. You said it was still at least an hour's ride. In this weather. But I don't like his looks. No question. Watch it. The man wants to take the horse.
Don't expect any answers from Kadrash, gentlemen. He is a deaf mute. But you can trust horses to him. They will never have gentler or more loving care. Well, come in out of this warm, chilling rain.
You are most kind to offer us hospitality.
On a night like tonight, it is no more than human decency. Allow me to present myself. I am Count Vladimir Dravanescu.
Honored. I am Charles Fleming, and this is my good friend, Dr. John Potter.
Now, shall we go in the petit salon, or how do you say in the English, a parlor? We have started a fire. Yes, I must apologize for the smoke. I have just arrived myself, as you can see, and the wood is as wet as all of us.
By which road did you come?
From Carlo Casino, where I presume you are headed.
Correct. To the home of Colonel Willoughby.
Ah, the countryman of yours with the exquisite daughter. Parbleu, one of you must be the lucky man who is affianced to her.
Well, not I, Count.
Charles is the one.
So. You are the fortunate man.
You've lived in these parts long, Count Dravanescu?
Oh, scarcely. As you can tell from my name, I'm Romanian. Oh, I visited here many years ago. Now, as soon as Catrash returns, I can offer you something to eat.
Oh, that's kind of you, but I think if the weather will let up, we'll press on to Carlo Casino.
Naturally, you are anxious to rejoin your bride-to-be. But from the looks of things, it will be some time till that will happen. In the meantime, you will make your home in Carlo Casino, Dr. Popple?
No. I have a cabana here for the summer months only because I am both an inveterate sun worshiper and gambler.
A kindred spirit. Then while we are waiting, shall the three of us pass the time by seeing which Lady Luck will smile upon?
Why not, Charles?
It's 2-1.
Then what shall it be? Cards, dice, dominoes? Name your choice. A shilling limit on bet?
Fine. No side bet.
The friendliest of games. Now, if you two will pull that gaming table nearer the fire, I will fetch the die.
What hour have you?
I make it about 5:30.
Oh, it's dark and gloomy enough to be midnight. Why do they call this place the Villa of Despair?
Just one of those local shockers. They say the man who built it 200 or 300 years ago was an alchemist. The bronze statues which you saw lining the drive were all put up there during his occupancy. Those were bloody times, and people dropped out of sight very easily. A legend grew that these statues were his failures.
Failures? You mean people believed he was trying to turn the human body into gold? And bronze was the closest he got? What rot. What happened to the unsuccessful alchemist?
He just disappeared one day as if the earth had opened up and swallowed him. The villa was bought and sold apparently over the years, then later rented. But all the owners or lessors reported the groaning of a man in torment all night long, from midnight to sunrise.
Nonsense that people believe. But our host is coming back. I watched the Count as we played a desultory game of dice with nobody particularly winners or losers. During our game, I had been conscious of a faint, faraway chime of the 3/4 hour. And now, suddenly, I was hearing it again. With a start, he removed from his vest pocket the most beautiful watch I have ever seen. The case made of chased gold set with precious gems.
6 o'clock. My little friend reminds me he must be wowed. Time is of the essence, eh?
Which reminds me it is for us, too. Whether or no, I have a lady I love too well to keep waiting.
And the weather has slackened. You'll be with her within the hour.
Ah, fortunate man. I envy you.
Oh, my darling. My blessed darling Charles. Oh, thank God you're with me again.
Claire, beloved, if it hadn't been for your mother's death, we would already have been together, always.
Don't I...
It was clumsy of me. I didn't...
No, darling. It isn't Mother that troubles me. It's Papa. He's become a different man.
How?
Well, it's all mixed up with Mother's death and his own lack of interest in life and the evil that surrounds all this beauty like a blight.
Evil?
The gambling fever. It's a sickness. Father is at the casino every night, wagering wildly and stupidly. I'm almost glad that Count Dravanescu bought the old Villa Desespoir. Although I must admit, the place and the owner give me the creeps.
Yes. For all his charm, there's something uncanny about him. But why are you glad?
Well, the Count and Papa play chess. That's scarcely a gambling game. And probably now that the weather has cleared, Papa will be off right after dinner to the Count's villa. Oh, Charles, I've got so much to tell you. Oh, well, I guess for now we'd better go back and join Papa for the meal. Charles, kiss me first.
Do I have to be asked?
Oh, I hope never. But these days I have such a strange, chill foreboding in me. I need to be sure of your love so desperately.
Claire's mother had died 4 months ago, just before our planned wedding. Naturally, it had to be postponed. And it was not surprising that Mr. Willoughby, plagued by the rheumatism and now the loss of his wife, had fled to the Mediterranean to try to recuperate. What was shocking and ominous for Claire's and my happiness was what I watched in the following weeks. Claire's father had become a compulsive, obsessive gambler. Our invitations to Villa des Espoirs, in spite of Claire's and my feelings of revulsion for the Count, were always a welcome relief. Till this one particular evening. Claire and I had walked out to the patio, high over the blue Mediterranean, as the Count and her father started to play chess. But by the time we returned, the game had become backgammon.
Double. That is 16. You don't have to accept. Your position is virtually hopeless. Life is never hopeless, old friend, as long as you have it. I accept the double. A 5 and a 2. You have me blocked. Perhaps I was a fool to accept the double. What does it matter? It's only a game, as I said. My dice. On the pair of 5s I just rolled, I must double again. 32, and the odds are insuperable. I would have to be superhuman to win. Wouldn't I? I doubt if even the Lord's help could bring you through. Will you concede?
I suppose I haven't mentioned yet that I am a mathematician and a recognized, although amateur, manipulator of cards. I am also an expert on odds under any circumstances. And what I watched happen to my future father-in-law in that simple game of backgammon was beyond all possibility or chance.
Double 6s, and that clears the board for me. What bad luck. Any other throw for you except that one deuce would have given you the game. And the stakes were ridiculously high. Shall we just forget it? No. As an Englishman and a man of honor, I pay my debts. How much do you reckon it is in English pounds? At our original stake, about 150,000. Damn. I didn't follow that. I can't cover that in cash. No need. There's every need. I pay my debts. You will have it once I sell my house.
But, Papa, you can't do that. We have to live.
I'm ashamed. I had no care if I destroyed myself. But I had no thought of hurting you. No, there is really no need for agony. The debt could be satisfied without any harm financially whatsoever. If you are determined to pay. I am determined to pay.
I don't see why. It's all so silly. I mean, it's just a game. And
Claire!
Yes, Papa?
I'm asking you to leave us alone.
Yes, Papa.
We'll be in the salon.
Now, sir, what is your proposition? You have only one possession I covet, sir. Your daughter. I think I can make her far more happy than an untried boy with no established future. If you would give me her hand, or the opportunity to court her openly, why then, it would be I who were completely in your debt.
A bargain. Ridiculous today. That could never be struck, let alone even suggested. But 100 years ago, not only possible and frequent, but one to which all parties, by the role of society, were honor-bound to accept. I'll return shortly with Act 2. Of course, it's incredible to us today that less than a century ago, parents owned their children almost as slaves. And the children accepted that fact, especially if they happened to be girls. Still, with parents who were reasonable human beings, even under the fashion of the day, most of the young people were not tested in their allegiance, except under unusual conditions, such as an ashamed and trapped Colonel Willoughby finds himself. For obvious reasons, I was not present when the Colonel told Claire of his bargain with the Count. Had I been, none of the rest of this story might have happened.
I won't, Papa. I won't. You can't make me. You don't have to pay this debt. The Count himself told you.
It's a matter of honor.
Well, I don't think it's that at all. Charles thinks that the Count cheated you.
You can't cheat at backgammon, my dear.
Yes, you can. Well, what did Charles call it? If you switch the dice.
Now, even if he could have changed his, as far ahead as I was, it was impossible for him to win without any bad luck with my dice.
But Charles says that he could have palmed your dice.
Charles says. What does he know about it?
Well, he just graduated ahead of his College of Mathematics.
Yeah, to be a teacher. A poor enough living at best. But enough. I must pay him the money.
Well, sell the house. But don't sell me, Papa.
I have to think of your future. The Count is well born, rich. He is a much-traveled, brilliant man who can introduce you to a life of ease and comfort.
I don't want a life of ease and comfort. I want a life of love and happiness. Oh, no, Papa. No, there's no way that you can make me.
Hush, Claire, beloved. I intend to honor my debt. I can do no less. So that means I can leave you no dowry. I think we owe it to Charles to let him know that.
Papa, Charles and I don't need anything from you. We can take care of ourselves. Charles has a teaching job waiting, and we don't need much as long as we have each other.
It's midday. I think I'd take a rest in the study before lunch. Go join your intended, darling. I've interfered enough with your holiday.
After Claire had come out and told me of her interview with her father, I had taken some provisions down to the small day sale and was returning back to the house to pick up Claire and the picnic she had been preparing, when the shot came directly from the house, from the area of the study. I started running immediately, and as I reached the terrace, I heard... What happened?
He shot himself.
Let me see, Claire.
No, I'm afraid. Is he...
No. His pulse is still quite strong. And he's breathing.
Yes.
Don't let him move till I get a doctor.
No.
Thank God John isn't far off. Here, use my handkerchief and my scarf to stem the blood.
Yes.
Use pressure.
I will.
Try to keep him from bleeding any more than you can.
Just hurry. Hurry.
How is he, John?
He's alive. He's lost quite a bit of blood, but that's not serious.
But he's alive.
Yes.
Should he be removed to hospital?
I don't think that's necessary or even advisable under the circumstances.
What do you mean?
The bullet entered the throat, passed through the mouth, and came out near the temple.
Don't try to hide anything, John. We've got to know sooner or later.
In my opinion, your father will recover, but there's been brain damage.
Oh.
Not unlike an apoplectic stroke. I'd be less than honest if I didn't tell you there'll be a high degree of paralysis in the left side at the least. Your father will be fortunate if he can ever walk again.
Is that all? Don't hold back.
At the best, He'll need someone to nurse and care for him the balance of his life. I'm sorry, but it's safer to face the truth.
I know John. He's my closest friend. And I thought he was being cautious. But he was telling the exact truth. It was soon enough obvious that Colonel Willoughby would be a helpless invalid for the rest of his life. And to care and house him, there seemed only one normal solution.
There just isn't any other way out, Charles. Papa has other debts. The house is heavily mortgaged, and even its sale won't help much. Papa is going to need the kind of care that you and I can't provide for him.
I'd argue that. And for sure, there's one thing. You are not going to marry the Count.
What else can I do? Although he can't find any way to say it. Papa feels that he's made a marriage contract.
I don't understand. I never will. Your father brought all this on himself.
Well, he is my father, and I can't abandon him. I'm writing this, my darling, because I am not brave enough to tell you in person. I have signed a marriage contract with the Count that will provide for my father's care for the rest of his life. For 20 years, he has taken care of me. I cannot shirk my responsibilities to offer him the same in return. I am sending this to you by John's hand. Please, for both our sakes, let it be goodbye, for there is nothing left for us but tears. But oh, I love you so, and always will.
I'll be damned if I'll accept it, John.
What else can you do?
I could shoot the Count.
What would that serve?
Well, then Claire and I could be married, and we'd take care of her father.
We've been over that. It wouldn't work, Charles. Even if you weren't arrested and guillotined.
Well, there must be some way out. I could go to the Count and beg him.
For what? To give up marrying a woman he desires and also settle 30 or 40,000 pounds for the care and maintenance of her half-alive father?
Well, at this point, anything's worth a chance.
I'm afraid this is an impossible gamble. Far better that...
Gamble? Gamble, of course. That's the answer. Have you a pack of cards?
Yes. They're in the drawer beside you.
I'll take a new deck. Open it. Shuffle the cards. Remember I said I would play anything but cards when the Count suggested that friendly dice game?
Yes?
Well, let me show you why. I could take all night to shuffle these cards, but this will suffice to illustrate. Cut them. Cut them as many times as you want.
Well, what's the point?
Do as I say.
Very well.
This has always been a hobby with me. Up till now. You know the game of poker?
I should. I've lost enough at it.
You needn't have. If I'd been dealing. What do you want? 2 pair? Full house? Flush? Just call it.
You can deal me anything you want?
Provided I can stack the deck.
But that's cheating.
What did you think the Count was doing in the backgammon game he won that ruined the Colonel?
Can you prove it?
Only by playing his game. I couldn't guess his mechanical means, and he won't be able to guess mine.
Bad luck that your horse should throw a shoe, but Kadrash will treat his hoof and have him reshod as good as new. In the meantime, what can I offer you, gentlemen? Sherry, brandy?
I'm not much for drinking by daylight. How about a game of chance to while the time away?
Perhaps, if these stakes are interesting enough.
I think I can make them as interesting as you want.
It's, for example,
if I win, you tear up Colonel Willoughby's IOU and the contract of marriage to Claire.
And if you lose,
I give you my life.
Charles, wait.
Quiet.
What on earth would I do with your life, Mr. Fleming?
As long as I live, you have no hope of winning Claire's love. With me out of the way, is your only chance.
Ah, now you tempt me. What is the game?
I suggest bluff, or poker, if you prefer to call it that.
With a third hand?
No, John can be the arbiter, or my second, if you wish. You have Kadrash for yours.
It begins to sound more and more like a duel.
If you would prefer that.
Oh, no, by all means. I wish you no harm. And perhaps you should have your chance. But suppose I refuse?
Then I will kill you first, before myself.
Dear me, such a fire-breather, pistol in hand. I tell you what, I accept all your conditions, but add one of my own. To the winner goes this watch. The same time we met before, it sounded its delicate chimes. Win all, lose all. Your beloved, your father-in-law's medical care of this watch as against your life. Oh, the more fool I, but I never can resist the wager.
Poker is a game of nerves and minor bluffs, of risks against odds, of learning to sit back and wait, of finding the big hand and losing or winning. If there is no cheating, I played from the beginning for the big kill. My life against all the cash the Count had, plus his papers, plus his exquisite watch with its lovely musical chime. Then, at last, the big hand. The Count sitting pat with the unbeatable flush in spades. I had dealt him. Cards?
I play these.
A dealer takes two. Your bet.
10,000 pounds.
Meet you, and raise the same. Back and forth we raised. It no longer matters the sum we arrived at. The Count broke first and called me. Diamond flush, royal.
By the devil. You had the nerve to draw two cards to that against my straight flush, 9 to king?
I was gambling for my life.
So you win, then. You have your girl, your freedom to marry, and the watch.
I don't want to accept it.
I know, you must. That is the game as it is played. But I must wind it. How stupid of me. It is no longer my duty. You wind it, sir.
Is that necessary at the moment?
Since you own it, decide for yourself. Open the back.
I opened it. Like all those old hunter watches, after you bent back the rear flange, the works were still covered by a second gold door. On this one were engraved the words, "Wind me at 6, or before the sun sets, or by 12 that same day, your own sun sets."
Which of us is loser or winner, Mr. Fleming, eh? You have your girl. But have a care for your life.
Curiouser and curiouser, said Alice in Wonderland. Stranger and stranger, we can say, as this story turns and twists. Who is Count Dravanescu really? Does the watch have some magic power? Or is superstition enough to create that power in the lovely jeweled watch with its golden hands? I'll return shortly with Act 3. Every watch that runs, every clock that ticks, tells away the hours of a man's life. But none so specifically as this curious chronometer claims to, if it is really dangerous. Certainly, as Charles reports back joyfully to Claire, nothing is further from his mind than the watch, or that it might have any significance in his future.
I feel as if someone reprieved me from the Bastille. Just before my personal tumbrel was about to roll.
You're sure you don't harbor any secret desire for Count Dravanescu?
Oh, what would make you say that?
A slightly guilty conscience.
You?
I had to run my own bluff to get him into the card game.
But you offered your life for me.
My life would have meant nothing to him. Except... Well, I had to say that as long as I was alive, he could never hope for your love or regard.
Which was only the truth.
I hope.
Oh, I want you to believe.
I believe. But... Well, there's something about this man. You have to sense that somehow he has enormous powers, enormous resources.
But he can't touch us now, Charles.
I cheated the Count, you know.
He cheated my father, you said.
Yes, but two wrongs don't make a right. I'm sentimentalist enough to wish I could have won you in fair battle.
Oh, you didn't have to win me, Charles. I was, am, and always will be yours. Nothing can interfere with that. Charles, just to make sure, will you do something for me?
Anything.
Well, you've already proved that. But just once more, will you drive me out to the villa? I want to talk to the Count myself.
There's no need for that.
You're not afraid I'll change my mind?
Of course not, but I only sense that any contact with Count Vladimir Dravanescu is fraught with a kind of inexpressible danger. Feeling like a superstitious fool, I agreed to drive her out the following afternoon. I dressed carefully and scrupulously for the encounter, forgetting no bauble that would suggest that I was more well-to-do than was actually the case, and not forgetting a pistol, because I had no trust in the Count. The one thing I forgot, or who knows, I was spelled into forgetting, was the watch.
So, this is the famous, or should I say infamous, Villa des Espoirs.
Look at the bronze statues.
I'm looking. Oh, they're so lifelike.
Hope that old legend John tells isn't true.
Look, Charles, one of the statues is missing.
That's the one that was struck by lightning first night John and I were here.
Well, let's forget that for a moment. Charles?
Yes, dear?
Will you let me see the Count alone? I think I can make an easier peace between us.
Whatever was said between them left Claire happy and released by the time she returned to me. I suppose he duped her as thoroughly as he duped me, by consuming time. It wasn't until we were leaving that I realized that it was almost 6. It was a late sunset that evening. On the way back, Claire couldn't understand my reckless haste.
Charles, we have to drive so far.
What time is it?
Just before 6.
Damn.
What's the matter?
Oh, just something foolish. You know this road. Can we make it back home before 6?
No, not a chance. Well, why does it matter? Father has his nerves. Why do we have to hurry so dangerously?
On the way home, I should have told Claire about the watch and its special chimes, which musically told the hour and the legend about its winding, and the 6 hours of life that were left to the one who owned it and forgot to wind it before 6 o'clock. But it seemed such a ridiculous fancy that I decided to forget about it. Except suddenly I was assailed by an unreasonable pain in my stomach.
What is it, darling?
I don't know, dear. Just a sort of a cramp.
But you're in pain.
Not anymore. I must have thrown a muscle out of alignment for a moment. I'm fine now. How soon will we be back at the house?
Oh, not about 15 minutes or less.
Good. I couldn't wait to get home to rewind the watch in the hope of gaining some relief. For instead of just my former slight twinge of superstition about the watch's deadly warning, the pain and a sort of creeping paralysis that seemed to be affecting me had changed my mind. I no longer considered that malicious message a joke in bad taste, but perhaps the literal truth. That damnable watch. When I snatched it out of my bureau drawer, it was running. The hands at 6:30. And the chimes, which had sounded so sweet and gentle before now, rang in my ears stridently as if tolling my approaching death. I tried to wind it, but the stem was frozen as I was becoming myself. The agonizing pain was spreading out like some evil flower, and already I felt like a corpse with rigor mortis setting in. Pocketing the watch, I went first to see John.
There's no particular symptom I can put my finger on, except I don't like your reflexes.
What's the matter with them?
Oh, they're sluggish. Your pulse and heartbeats are a little slower than normal. I'd like to put you in the hospital for observation.
No.
Certainly by tomorrow, if you don't improve.
If I don't improve by tomorrow, I'll be dead. There's only one person who can help me now. You cheated me into winning that watch from you.
My dear Mr. Fleming, you were the cheat. You cold-decked me.
You knew?
Young man, you are talking to a professional. You were an amateur. Oh, an accomplished one, but still an amateur.
I've never cheated in a game of cards in my life before. But I felt I could against you, since I know you cheated Claire's father in that backgammon game.
Certainly I did. All is fair in love and war, correct?
But why did you let me win?
You told me that yourself. To get rid of that watch.
Well, you must help me. You call off the charm or whatever it is.
That is beyond my power.
And I'm doomed. There's nothing I can do. But at least, whether I'm dead or alive, you will never have Claire. Thank God I saved her from you.
So you did. Alas, poor child, she will mourn you, Mr. Fleming. I have no wish to hurt her, so perhaps I can offer you some help.
What? How?
I have the power to give you an extension of 24 hours.
What good is that?
Time enough to go to Monsieur Jardinet, the jeweler, first thing tomorrow morning. Have him act as your agent to sell this quickly. Make the price low enough so that someone will be sure to take it as a bargain.
I hope I'll last till tomorrow. It's almost 7 o'clock. I came to tell you dinner was almost ready. You still up to it?
Oh, of course I do. But first, Charles, now that Father is... We're not going to wait to get married, are we?
I'm ready tonight. Tomorrow at the latest.
Oh, well, I may need a little more time than that. But I'm glad. Because now I can give you your wedding present. Oh, I'm so pleased. I just found it today at Monsieur Jardinet's. And it's such a bargain. Oh, I hope you don't have one like it.
What is it?
It's a watch. Look, how lovely. And listen to that lovely chime. Just like Big Ben. And then, after, it'll strike the hour and then...
What is it? What's...
Just a pain. It'll go.
Claire, did you wind the watch at 6 o'clock?
No. Monsieur Jardinet said it was wound tightly, and it would run until tomorrow. Oh, Charles, what are you doing? Put me down. Where are we going?
Villa de Espoir and the Count. Pray God he has a little kindness left in him.
You two little fools to deny me what I want. Whatever I cannot have, I destroy.
You refuse to help Claire. Extend her the same time at least you extended me.
I not only refuse, I am going to revel in watching your beloved who dare to turn me down, freeze in immobility, like all the other statues that line the driveway.
At least I can deny you that.
Charles, no! Oh,
Charles! No bullet can touch me, Mr. Fleming. No human agency.
Then kill me with her. I will not live without Claire.
I will be glad to oblige you. After you have watched your beloved die in agony. You devil!
The Antichrist. That's who he is. But God is on our side. You said no human agency could touch you. But they say God listens to a virgin's prayer. I call on him to strike you dead.
A bolt burst through the window, its jagged blade entering the Count's head, down through his feet, and into the floor. He was one molten blaze of heat, from which we had to turn away. And by the time we turned back, he was gone, and with him, the watch, and all Claire's pain. Already a raging fire had started, and together we fled to Villa Desespoir. Nor would we have stopped our headlong rush, except for one astounding sight, which has remained in the back of our minds, serving to make sharper and greater our thanks to God for the long and happy marriage we still enjoy. Look, Claire.
Where?
The empty statue base. Empty no longer. John used to sneak in here as a child. No wonder the Count looked familiar to him. Frozen forever again in bronze was Count Dravanescu, his body twisted as if in some inner agony, his face seamed with pain, and the deadly watch in his hand.
Villa Desespoir burned to the ground that same night, and the property was disposed of for taxes. All of the statues were sold, except the one of the Count, which could not find a buyer. And so he stands alone in his eternal torture, watch in hand, waiting for a reprieve which will never come again. I'll be back shortly.